Hello, everyone. I am Hernan Rodriguez, and today I'm very excited to have these three Canadian businessmen. They are specialists in the real estate industry. We have Mr. Randy Dick. Hello, Randy. Nice to
Hi,
have you
Hernan.
here.
Hi, Hernan. It's great to be here.
Thank you very much. We have Mr. Phil Hahn. Hello, Phil. Thank you for being in my show today.
Hernan, it's an absolute pleasure. Thank you very much for having us.
You're very welcome. And we also have Mr. Patrick Ashby. Patrick, thank you for being here today.
My pleasure. Thank you, Hernan.
You're very welcome. Today, we're going to be talking about real estate and the digitalization of the industry and why is the only way to go for real estate professionals, not only in North America, but around the world. Our guests are going to let us know a little bit about themselves. How did they start in the industry? How it was in the, let's say, standard way of doing real estate before. Why did they move over to EXP Realty and into a digital platform? And what do they see in the future in this industry? So Randy, I'd like to start with you, and maybe you can tell me something about some of these special guests that we have here.
Oh, awesome. Thank you for letting me share, Hernan. I'm going to pick on Phil Hahn. I'm going to share a little bit about Phil. So I'm going to pick on Phil first. Phil is an amazing man. He's my business partner, along with Patrick. But Phil is my business partner that just has a way of adding so much value, not only to my life, but to so many of the agents that we bring onto EXP. He is a giver, and I mean that in the biggest way. Phil's experience, his experience in real estate is second to none. Phil was a top producing agent, or is a top producing agent, I should say, in two different cities in Canada. He was a top producing agent in Ottawa and Victoria. Currently he's in Victoria, but in Ottawa, back in, what years were that? It was 03 to 06. You're #1 in the nation and number 10 in the world with KW. Then again, KW in Victoria, but also with REMAX and being the top 50. So the pedigree is amazing with his skill at selling real estate, building teams in real estate, and his production. But I think it's his heart and how he helps one another become successful in real estate. So Phil's an amazing man. He lives here in Victoria. He's got 4 amazing boys, from musicians to world-class hockey players. Just an amazing man. And so I'm blessed and honored to be in business with Phil.
Thank you very much, Randy, for sharing about Phil. It is a pleasure to have the three of you here. So Phil, please go ahead and share something about one of our other guests, please.
Absolutely. Thank you, by the way, Randy, for that. That was fantastic. I'd like to touch and welcome on the amazing Patrick Ashby. My goodness, Patrick has been licensed in the real estate space since 1984. He has seen a tremendous amount of change, and he's always been on the cutting edge of innovation and an early adopter on many platforms. He's with an amazing life partner, Dee, and has 3 amazing adult children, 2 sons that happen to be business partners within our organization, as well as a lovely daughter living in the Okanagan and wine country. Patrick was involved at the very onset of Keller Williams originally coming to Canada, and was in initial discussions with Gary Keller in Austin prior to that ever manifesting and coming into existence, and with some existing partners of his. So just a wonderful background. He's been instrumental in providing strategic leadership and training and education throughout North America, throughout the world for that matter, for our group, and has built a phenomenal organization in a short period of time, and is just a real go-giver and a servant leader. So it's an honor to be in business with you, Patrick, and thanks for being here.
Thank you, Phil, for sharing about Patrick. And now one of you can share, please, about Mr. Randy.
You know what? I might as well do that, because you know what? I just love these guys so much, and I could actually talk about them forever. So Randy Dick, my goodness, where do I start? Well, you know what? Former number, top 50 in the world for Remax. My goodness, number 6 in the nation at Remax. Won the most prestigious award Remax has ever made, called the Luminary of Distinction. However, unfortunately, he didn't do it it was $20 million in gross commissions paid, or 20 years. And unfortunately, he only did it in 15 years. So technically, he actually didn't qualify for that lovely award, but he beat it by 5 years. So other than that, he's an amazing man, a father to 3 wonderful adult children, life partner to his amazing bride, Jolene. He has been married to her for, my goodness, close to 35 years, and has been in the real estate space coming up this spring for, my goodness, close to 30 years. Not only is he a phenomenal, accomplished team builder, servant leader, and lead generator in the real estate space, but he's also coached and mentored people throughout North America, throughout the world, for that matter, being a guest coach and speaker with the Real Estate Investing Network, helping people achieve passive income and create wealth and generational wealth through real estate ownership. So it's an absolute honor to be in business with all of you gentlemen. And Herman, welcome so much, Hernan. We're so blessed to be in business with you. It's so exciting.
Thank you very much. For real estate, I know that I am in the best company, because it's always very important to have mentors with a lot of experience. And that's what I always tell everyone, no matter into which industry they're gonna go in, you must look for real mentorship with experience, because otherwise your chances of success are gonna decrease. But if you have real mentors with experience, and it's not only the experience, that's the most important thing, but it's also the system and the platform that you join. So what I would like you to share with all our viewers is about the advantage that being digitalized in the real estate, and what is that advantage? How do you see that it's going to help other brokers around the world? So whoever wants to share this with us, please go ahead.
I think Patrick would be awesome. I mean, you've been on
sure.
the cutting edge of it.
I can share my ideas on that, Hernan. And basically what it's come down to is this, is that the traditional real estate model has really been around for like 40, 50, 60 years now. And when you think of all of the top companies out there, they were all created before the internet even existed. So their platform was not based on the technology that we have today. And the number one problem that they face is overhead, because all of these companies, they start with a headquarters. The headquarters is involved in dividing up the world into regions. So the regional owners then have to have office space. The regional owners don't sell real estate, they sell franchises, right? Then the franchise owners, a lot of them don't sell real estate. They attract agents and who have to pay fees and share and commissions. And when you take a look at those 3 levels of bricks and mortar supporting all of that, and our founder of EXP came from the franchise industry. He was a franchise owner with Keller Williams. And he was recognizing that sometimes the only people showing up at his offices were the paid staff. And that's why when the market collapsed in 2008, he's a tech genius. Glenn Sanford's a tech genius. And he thought, why are we paying for all of this space? And then he put the model in the cloud, eliminated all of that overhead, and then gave agents what they really want. What do agents really want? The most money in their pocket, okay?
Of course.
Tools to sell more real estate, right? And he just molded this perfect model. But here's the key. He allowed agent ownership through a stock program.
Ownership is
and that's
key,
why
for sure.
today we're becoming the greatest disruptor to ever hit this industry. And we're not slowing down. Like, we can't wait to it's fantastic to have you on board now, and we can really open up Mexico in a huge way, but this is going global, and it's faster than anything that's ever hit the industry before.
That's excellent. Thank you very much for sharing that. Go ahead, Phil.
And Hernan, and to touch on what Patrick's saying, just in terms of that growth, Remax, an amazing company and a huge disruptor in 1973 when they came to market, they took approximately 11 years to get to 5,000 realtors. Okay,
Wow.
so that's 5,000 realtors in 11 years. And then along comes Keller Williams, another amazing company and great disruptor in 1983. They took 10 years to get to 5,000 realtors. Okay,
Wow.
so that's two of the largest real estate companies in the world, and both taking respectively 10 and 11 years to get to 5,000 realtors. Well, EXP in that same initial 10-year period, 5-year period, in that 10-year period, we grew to close to over 30,000 realtors in that same time frame. So
Wow.
it's just tremendous growth. It's not even comparable. And in fact, Patrick and I were just talking about that we're growing by 1,000 realtors a week right now. And within the next few months, we should be larger than Remax in the United States. Isn't that correct?
Wow, that's actually impressive.
Yeah.
And if I could just piggyback, Patrick, on some of the technology and the digital portion of what we do, we are a tech company first. So, all these traditional brokerages, they were traditional, and they're trying to find a way to bring technology into these clunky old brokerages, where we were built for the technology world. It's the technology companies that are changing and disrupting the world today. And so that's where we started. Then we wrapped it with a brokerage. And our assets of value is so significantly different than a traditional brokerage. A traditional brokerage, they leverage their bricks and mortar. They think that's the asset of value, where we see technology as the asset of value. And if we look at any disruptor right now, it's all about technology. Technology is changing the world at a pace that is so fast and so phenomenal, and that's who we are. And so one of the things that is so cool about being at a tech company is there's all these tech companies that are developing platforms for the game of real estate. And so when they're looking to partner with somebody, they're looking at these companies, whether it's the traditional brokerage or us, and they're going, why would we go to a traditional brokerage with our technology when we can go to a tech company that not only gets us, but is the fastest growing brokerage in the world, where we're onboarding. I mean, last month, I think we onboarded close to 5,000 agents.
Wow.
And so, if I was a tech company and I had a great platform, who would I go and pick? And so that is the really cool thing about that. And then what we do, instead of spending money on assets that are depreciating, we look at things like technology as an asset that we would either buy or partner with. So it's kind of fast forwarding us into the stratosphere, and I could see us being 100,000 agents by the end of this year because of our platform.
Perfect. That's excellent. So in other words, for all of the viewers that we have here, if you want your business to really, really explode, you have only one choice, and is to reinvent yourself and get into a system that can take you there. And at this point, I do believe that we are the only game in town who has it. So, you have to either get in with times, or the train is going to leave the station. That's what I say to people.
That's amazing. And you know what, Hernan and Randy and Patrick, my goodness, these shares are fantastic. And let me just touch on a couple of, some disruption that we're seeing in the industry right now in different platforms. So Uber is the largest transportation company in the world, and they don't own a car. Okay. They don't even own a car. Okay. Amazon is the largest retailer in the world, owned by the wealthiest person in the world, and they don't have a store. Okay. Airbnb is the largest accommodations company in the world, and they don't have a hotel. And let's talk about Netflix. Netflix, my goodness, in 2000 approached Blockbuster and said, hey, we're in trouble. We've got this cool streaming technology. We're working on it, but we're having trouble with the postal system, and it's taking time for people to get our DVDs and our CDs in the mail. And so here's what we're proposing. Why don't you folks at Blockbuster give us $50 million? We'll change our name from Netflix to blockbuster.com. You get our distribution and our streaming, and we'll disappear. Well, the bricks and mortar folks said, you know what? Thanks, but no thanks. Well, let's fast forward 21 years. Today, Netflix has over 200 million global users and a market capitalization on any given Sunday of $200 to $250 billion. And Blockbuster has one location left in Bend, Oregon. So if you're ever feeling nostalgic and you want to go and rent a video there, you can go. In fact, Netflix just released a movie about it called The Last Blockbuster. Well, isn't that ironic that the world's leading video streaming service is now, putting out movies about the archaic model? And so disruption is happening. And that's what we are to the traditional bricks and mortar antiquated models.
Excellent. Thank you very much for sharing. I'm sure that we can be talking about this for hours and hours, and I will be very glad to have you over as guests and maybe even going to a live stream. But at the same time, we need to leave a little bit more for people to ask us. And I'm sure they can go ahead and find each of you in social media. So if you have any questions, you can feel free to reach me directly, or you can reach Randy, Phil, or Patrick. And we will be very, very glad to answer any of your questions. And the last question that I just want to ask, Patrick, can you please let us know in which countries EXP is active? And after that, I'm going to let you go, guys, because I know that you are very busy either training your teams or with family dinner tonight.
Okay, I'll give it my best shot, and then Phil and Randy, you can fill in the blanks. So the United States, Canada, Mexico, Brazil, let's go South Africa, Australia, Portugal, France, Hong Kong just opened, or just opening in the next week or two. Italy just opened, Puerto Rico, India. But then the next ones coming on board is Israel, Colombia, and Spain.
Excellent.
Did I get them all?
Patrick, you got them all. And here's the deal. So
did I say Canada?
yeah, you got Canada. And here's what our goal is: to open at least 3 countries a quarter this year. 4 countries to 16 countries for the year. And it looks like we're gonna crush that and possibly surpass the 20 mark. So it's just so exciting.
Excellent. And so, Randy, I just want to ask you one last thing, and I promise I'll let you go, guys, after this. So a lot of people will be saying, okay, you guys are opening many countries, and so how do I benefit? So can you just, hopefully within 2 minutes, let us know about the global pool and how someone how can Patrick or how can I benefit in Israel, or how can I benefit in Hong Kong, or anyone watching right now?
Fantastic question, Hernan. Glenn Sanford, our founder, he said there's pain points. There's pain points in the way that the traditional brokerages run, and I'm going to fix all those pain points and bring it to EXP. And one of those pain points was that agents never had an exit strategy. Agents just get old and they never quit, they never retire, they just die with a license. And so Glenn said, you know what, there's got to be a better way for agents to exit, which is what was so attractive to me. I was almost 30 years in the business, and I was going, there's got to be a better way for me to exit this business than just continually selling more homes and more homes and more homes. And so when I saw this model of EXP, I went, oh my goodness, this is too good to be true. That was my first thought. I dug deeper and I realized, no, it's not. The beautiful thing is that we all get an ownership piece. So it's like we're building a pension plan in the background, because we're gifted shares in the company, stock in the company, and we're also awarded stock in different ways, or we can buy stock at a discount with our commissions. So not only now do I have a pension plan, or every agent has a pension plan at EXP, but second is that Glenn said, well, why would we hire recruiters? All these traditional companies, they have recruiters. And Glenn said, wouldn't it be best to have the agent that's doing a deal with the next agent, the agents in the trenches, attracting agents to our great company? And so Glenn devised a system where we get paid what's called revenue share for attracting agents. So as we contribute and help build the company, we receive revenue share. And the most amazing thing is that we share 50%, get this, 50% of all the revenue that comes into EXP as a company through the fees is shared with the agents, which is part of the revenue share model.
Wow, that's impressive.
So as we attract agents, we receive revenue or passive income. And so today, as I enjoy selling real estate, I'm also receiving, of course, equity in the company, and I'm receiving passive income through the revenue share model. It's an amazing way. So today I have 3 income streams, or every agent at EXP has 3 income streams versus the 1 income stream at a traditional brokerage, which is just transactional or commission sales. So just a phenomenal company.
Thank you very much. So if you guys are interested, anyone listening to this or viewing this, we can go more in depth with this, but I can tell you, this is very, very unique and it's very powerful. So don't be shy, reach to us and we'll be glad to share. So thank you very much, guys. I appreciate all of you. I know I'm gonna be learning a lot from you and also all my team. Phil, I know you speak Spanish, so I'm gonna have you over for the Spanish interviews and the whole expansion through Latin America. So thank you again, Randy. Thank you, Phil. And thank you, Patrick. Have a great night. And I will be seeing you shortly. And let's have all the success in the world.
Thank you.
Awesome. So honored to be in business with you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, guys.